Hi everyone, we are back with our final war of the season, and this is going to be against the Alliance GT40. We have secured top 10 at this point, so we're just playing, we've not secured top 10, but unless we have a terrible attack bonus, we should be nice and safe. But we do want to play well, obviously, and put up a decent fight. We are going up against GT40, so we were not expecting to win this war, but still want to properly boost and everything. Give her all. I have a pretty fun war this war. I'm going to be using Cyclops. Some of these matchups, mainly just this one, is a little questionable. um, but, you know, we were in a good spot, and it was fine to risk this. The plan was originally the plan was to try to get to 20 precisions, but that was just going to take forever. So we're just going to do our best to get to 3 bars of power, because you need 20 precisions to get there, and then just see how much damage we can really pump out. So we're doing okay here so far. You know, we're building up our precisions. Bait this special 2. I haven't knocked him down yet, and maybe that would have helped if I knocked him down early, just to get at least a little more percent off his health. But we're building our precisions. We're in our corner now, and then we miss the light intercept. So now the indestructible is gone. The plan was to just push him red if I needed to. But that's kind of the... I mean, we could still probably push him red and take 1. But we can't take many special 3s, obviously, now. As you can see, we're doing actually 0 damage since his wrath is so high with the protection up. So, yeah. Here he goes into wrath. So I'm going to knock him down, and we're just going to go for our special 3 cycle here. He's red, but I'm going to throw the special right away. First special 2 comes out. Good damage. He is in wrath, so he's not reducing our damage, which is good. Second special 2. First special 1, and he does go down. We did have another special 1 locked and loaded, which would have been probably at least another 200k. So yeah. Went actually pretty well, surprisingly. When I started the loop and he was at 90-something% health, I was a bit nervous. Next up, though, we have Cyclops here versus Fury. I wasn't too worried about this one. I was more, I don't say concerned, but I knew I was probably going to sell in fight time because I was going to build too many precisions that I didn't need, and that is going to happen. I do think after doing this fight that Cyclops is probably the best option here for Fury. I know a lot of people use bunch of different options here, and it's still kind of a scary fight because once he, goes into his second life, you can't stun him, and then he's unstoppable, and it can be a bit tricky to line everything up. But with Cyclops, you can kind of just, blast through his second life, especially if you start your special loop near the end of his first life. So, yeah, for that reason, I do think he's probably actually the best option. And we obviously are running power backs. The max power backs, I think, for both. So here, I think we're going to go here. No. I think we're going to bait out this special 2. Yeah, we're going to bait out the special 2, build a little more precision. I think we knock him down. No. Now do we knock him down? Oh, jeez. Yeah, we went overkill for sure. At this point, my phone is still having some issues with feedback, so my reparries are a little off, I think, because of that. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're knocking him down. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. We're starting our special loop. This first special 2 is going to end his first life. Then we got to wait for it to go all the way up, so it stops regenning. Special 2 here, and he's dead. So yeah, we had 2 more specials left. It's wildly overkill on how many precisions we built up. But, better to be safe than sorry. Next up, we have Crossbones here versus Thing. We're going to be using... we're using Crossbones. This is completely nothing fight. Originally, I was trying to figure out a champ that would work for Sasquatch and Thing because I was nervous about using Cyclops. I considered using... Jeez, what is happening here? I'm just wasting your guys' time. That's my bad. I was originally debating using Chi, but that would have been really slow for Thing. I don't know if that would have been kind of painful for Sasquatch. So yeah, we just used Cyclops. Obviously, it went well. Xbones here versus Thing is super easy. Um, I'm not gonna play super optimally for Crossbones. We're just gonna play the node, the strike counter. Gonna trigger overrun here. Heavy punish. Positive Furies. Bait this. We're gonna block a bunch of hits so I don't trigger regen. Again, this is my only Crossbones fight, so there's no reason to be super worried about health or anything like that. He's going down pretty well. I could have obviously played better to keep my Furies up, but it's fine. We're gonna trigger overrun here. Up to 9. Full combo. Special 1. Hit a reparry, and down he goes. So, yeah, I mean, 40-second fight. Obviously could have played better, but it was not a big worry. Next up, we have Cyclops here versus Lumatrix. I did this fight last war? I did the fight recently. I wasn't too worried as I had already done it. We're just going to get to our special, get to 3 bars of power and start our special loop. We obviously counter miss and evade with Cyclops, which is why he's so good here. I did just throw on all of the boost just because I don't think we didn't need it for another node, so that's why I just did that. Bait the special 1 here. Punish. Here I'm just going to hold block and get to 3 bars of power. Bait 1 more. Full comboed. Special 2. Goes out. Good damage. Second special 2. I think this kills. Yeah, we don't even get to throw our special 1s. So down he goes. 40-second fight. Super easy. And nice and smooth. And then we'll go to our last fight. I was a bit nervous about this fight. But again, last war of the season, it's just like, okay, might as well just try this. This was a safe war to try it. We were playing pretty decently at this point. We weren't going to win, but we were, had a respectable attack bonus loss. So yeah, plan here. Cyclops counters his evade. He gets the adrenaline from bleeds, so it kind of helps. Bullseye does play nice here at the beginning, playing into the intercept. The main thing we got to play around is the unstoppable, so we're going to dash back here, get around it. Ideally, I do want to bait special 2s from him. That's what we're going to do here. Cyclops obviously counters the falter, so that's something we don't have to worry about either. Here, we're going to get away again right before the unstoppable, so things are going well. That was a big chip damage there. Man, with the series, it really builds fast. Here, we're going to bait the special 2. Dex this, the unstoppable. We're going to get it. Now we're going to parry. Light combo. Use the relic. I think we just go for it here. Yeah, so we're going to go for it here. We're far away. We get the unstoppable. Throw the first special 2. Second special 2 comes out. And he's completely done. We still had 2 more specials. And just rinse that fight. Minute fight. Really fast. And yeah. I don't know who else I would have sent there. It's kind of annoying placement. But yeah, Cyclops handled it really well. Obviously with the Furies and the bleed damage, it did hurt a bit. And the adrenaline... Cyclops is max 6, so the adrenaline did help, but it wasn't as, I don't know. I thought the specials would kind of just shoot it up back to where it was right away. It was a bit slower than I thought, so I think I would send the assignment again, but it's not my favorite. But yeah, that does end our season. We did end up going deathless, so 61-0. So yeah, really happy with my performance there. Super happy with our performances at Alliance. Another top 10 finish. We finished, I think, 8th. So really happy with that. That's 3 seasons in a row of top 10 finishes. So really proud of how we performed. We did respectable this war. I think we had 9 deaths and they had 7, I want to say, or maybe it was 10-7. So we lost by a decent amount, but still a decent attack bonus, especially against GT40, who has a pretty good defense as well. Yeah, so I'll jump to the final stats now. All right, and looking at our final stats on the season, as I mentioned, 61 kills, 0 deaths. In terms of fight type, we had 41 path fights, 15 shared. Shared are the first 3 mini islands. The minis are the final island, and then the boss is obviously the boss. I didn't take in a boss in a long time. It's been like several seasons actually, so um, kind of a bit surprising. Not surprising that I was able to do it. It's just kind of odd that it took that many seasons for me to get back on boss duty. But Jack did fantastic against Onslaught. I would think I'm pretty sure he's the best option. So yeah, that was fun to do those. In terms of tier 1 record, we do get back over 98% solo rate. Oh, that should be a little lower. I think it's like 98.05 or something. Whatever. So yeah, tier 1 record, getting back over 98%. Really happy with that. I didn't count the big thing season where I did have 12 fights, and I did go deathless that season as well, so that was good. Yeah, in terms of fight champs used, this was my most diverse champion use in a long time. 17 different champions. And yeah, which was really enjoyable. I like using a different variety of champions. Still heavy lift from Prowler and Jack, Prowler, I assumed I was going to have a lot of fights with him this season. Jack was definitely a bit surprising. Wiccan ends up getting his fights because of Null. And then I'm usually able to squeeze out a couple more. Cyclops did great with his 7 kills, mainly from that blast war where he had 4 of them. So that was really enjoyable to use him. And then, a decent spread of a bunch of different champions. Nefaria I used for the first time. A lot of these are also first-time uses in War, which was also kind of fun to do. So Nefaria I never used in War before. Nico, obviously, I never used before. Scream I had never used before. Okoye I've never used before. Bastion I've never used before in War. And then Spider-Woman as well. Spider-Woman, ranking her to rank 4 for my tactic attacker, and then using her once was definitely a thing. But I mean, Spider-Woman's a fantastic champ, so can't complain too much. Just 61 fights this season. That's my lowest in a while. I was on vacation for 4 of the wars. And then so my fights went down a decent amount during that time period, which was helpful. I planned 1 of 2 of those wars, and then B took care of the rest, which was very helpful. But yeah, fights just went down because of that. I had a 3-fight war, a 4-fight war, so not a big deal though. Usually I prefer to be a little bit higher in fights, but from between 60 and 75 or something like that, that's fine. I don't mind going higher, but I haven't gone higher than that in a long time. But yeah, overall, very successful season. This tactic's definitely a bit pretty easy. Usually you can just use anyone and just, chuck some potions in at the end from the chip damage from the power detonation. So it's a pretty enjoyable season overall, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll be posting more war videos, of course, this upcoming season. And I might try and do an updated tier list for war, because now we have 3 seasons of feedback with the new map, so I think it's worth updating that just to see what champs have really benefited from the new map, because I do think a lot of champs have increased their value significantly. But yeah, that is going to do it for this war video though. Thank you for watching.